So we almost done with Forever Review, the whole series. Anyway, so we're on episode 7. So Keisha got accepted into Howard. Woo! And she is being celebrated by her man in the car. Y'all already know how it do when you are in high school. I'm just saying. And then they go out to dinner and they talk about, asking her how she feels she's going to Howard. And then they talk about her dad. And she basically gives Justin a rundown of her dad. So then her mom throws a party for her and her dad, her family does, for her, celebrating her going to Howard, the school she wanted to go to. Woo! And her dad is there, and Justin meets her dad for the first time, and boy, was it intense. I wish Keisha would have took him out to dinner and met her dad formally instead of in such a big crowd, especially with her dad's personality. It seems like he needs a lot of attention, okay, in a way. But he put Justin on the spot and everything at Keisha's party, and I just hated that for her because, one, he ain't been around, and he ain't a deadbeat. I think he just works a lot, and her parents aren't together. But his dad stays involved, and I think he got like a drinking problem too. But either way, he has a big personality, and he puts Justin on the spot at her party in front of everybody. And his dad had to be the one to be like, bro, chill out. He wouldn't listen to nobody. But when he heard his daddy come by and say, knock it off, quit chastising and, messing with this boy. Because he was over there asking Justin all types of stuff like, what you plan on doing? Oh, you want to do music? Well, what type of... He was going in on Justin, and I felt so bad for him because it was in front of everybody. I was embarrassed for him, and Keisha was just like, yo, I told you my dad is crazy. Justin got accepted into Northwestern. Woo! Keisha come over with some balloons, being sarcastic. He don't want to go. She's just trying to pretend. Tells his mom, and his mom is just all over the place. She's calling everybody. She letting everybody know. She crying. She hugging. She doing all the things that moms do when they're proud. So Keisha then tells him, like, you need to be honest with your parents and tell them that you don't want to go. And he's just like, I'm going to go. Because he's seeing how happy his mom was. And he's trying to make his parents happy. And it's just sad to watch because he's really struggling on what he want to do. Music is definitely his thing because it's definitely his thing, or else he wouldn't have even showed even Keisha's dad at the party in front of everybody. And people was watching for him and, rocking with his music. He got good beats. So then Keisha's on the phone, gets home, because she was out and about with her friends, and she gets home and she just got off the phone with Justin, and her dad was like, that boy is clingy. And he basically told her that him and Justin are one and the same, and that's not abnormal. Girls usually date their dad in one way, shape, or form. So when I really started thinking about it, I'm like, Keisha is Dawn, because very driven, all that. That's why she's so hard on Justin, her son. So Justin is dating his mom, essentially, which is Keisha. And Keisha is basically dating her dad, which is Justin. Not knowing where he want to go, just kind of lost. And her dad's like, he clingy. When he was about his age, he was like, that's why I got your mama pregnant, because, it gave him a reason, I guess, to get his stuff together. Either way, he basically said, I can relate to Justin. He's a good kid. He's great. But that boy is clinging to you because he is so lost. And he can see that in him because he was once a Justin. He basically was Justin. The way that his life panned out and turned out. So now Christmas Day is here, and Justin's dad just starts bawling, crying, and letting them know, like, you the first one, you the first one of us, as far as men on his side that's going to college, and how proud he is, because his dad is a chef, and he has his own restaurant. But I don't know what Dawn is. They never really said what she does, but I know she does something in a big way, to the point where I think she helped secure her husband's entrepreneurship into getting these restaurants. I think she helped coordinate something of that sort. I might be wrong, but they didn't really say what she did, but they definitely defined what his dad did. So it's not a shocker if Justin don't decide to go to college, because it seemed like in the past, from his dad's side, that's not what they did. So Justin is even more like, dang, like my dad's crying. Like his dad was in tears, to the point where Justin was in tears. He was just like so overjoyed and so proud of Justin. And Justin's just like crying. And I don't know. He's crying because he's like so happy his dad is like so happy for him. But I think he's also crying because he know like, I don't want to go to Northwestern at all. So then Keisha and her family come over. Her dad, her mom, her grandfather. They all come over and they enjoy Christmas. And it was so fun. It made me think like, dang, I want to spend Christmas like in a hot place so I can have a pool party too. But they water fight and all that good stuff. Then everybody leaves, and Keisha and Justin are at the house alone in the pool. And we know from the first episode or second or whenever the time Keisha started coming over, it's a blind spot in the pool. Either way, Justin's just like, we should do something in the pool. And Keisha's like, no, I'm good. Your parents is watching, like the cameras is here. He's like, no, let's just try. And then he was like, maybe I'll just pull out or whatever. And she's like, no. And I think that triggered Keisha because she's like, my dad just said he got my mom pregnant. Clock that. He's trying to trap her because he's so lost. And she got out and she went off like, you're so lost to the point where you're clinging to me and it's annoying. And you're getting real crazy and you need to like, who are you? You know, Keisha's kind of free now. Her secret is out. She got into the college she wanted to get into. Everything is going well now. And Keisha is not as, I don't want to say she's not as dependent on Justin as far as emotions. She definitely loves him. But I think it was a different type of like feeling like he was there. He was like the only person she could be honest and transparent with. She definitely like clinged to him due to trauma. But now that hers is out the bag and now he's the one that's down. So it shows how their relationship flipped. Justin has always been struggling when it came to school. But I think that him pouring into her, it was easier for him to pour into her so he didn't have to focus on his own stuff. And that's what he's going through. He's very lost. And Keisha just says exactly what her dad told her. And she's like, I just, like, you need to get it together, you know? So that concludes the episode pretty much. It's just, you know, Justin's just like, I'm going to the school. And she's just like, you don't want to go. You need to be honest and quit clinging on to me and doing all that. And I find that to be so true. I remember when I was dating, some guy was like, yeah, we should have a, I'm like, wait, no, I got plans. So I really felt that from a teenage perspective back when I was younger. It's like, it ain't happening, boo. No, I want to go to college. I want to get out of this city. I want to get out of here. But that's the difference between Keisha and Justin. Justin has, I don't want to say he has a made life, but Keisha is from a different walk of life where her way out, her education is her way out. Justin don't necessarily feel drawn in that way. School isn't his thing. And he kind of has a different life. Like he has a car. He lives in a very wealthy neighborhood. I want to say he probably lives in like Calabasas or Baldwin Hills type of field. That's what it's giving his neighborhood. And she's like on Slauson. I don't want to say she in a hood, but she's definitely not in a suburban area. She's like, I got to get out of here. I have dreams. I have goals. I think her first dream was Howard. I don't think she knows exactly what she want to be, but she definitely knows, like, I want to go to a HBCU and all that great stuff. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's my thoughts. I think Justin is really clinging, and he's just like her dad. And Keisha is very much Dawn. Very intelligent, very goal-driven, ambitious. And Justin is basically her dad, which is so crazy. And I love who they got playing her dad. He was in Love Is. They need to reboot that some way, somehow, because both characters have aged. But I love that show. If y'all know what I'm talking about, it was on OWN and it was called Love Is. But anyway, that's the end of this video. All right, see you guys in episode 8, final episode finale. See you. Peace out.